Some women feel attracted to men even when they don't say anything. Most men don't see it, though. Have you thought about it? Have you ever been with a woman who acts a little differently when you're close? Maybe it's the way she looks at you when she thinks you won't notice. Maybe it's the way her energy changes subtly, how she lingers just a second longer in conversation, or how she always ends up next to you without making it clear. It's easy to miss. Most guys think she's just being friendly and nice, so they just chalk it up to chance. But here's what they don't know. Attraction always goes away. Helpful hints: a woman who's secretly into you won't always say it outright. She won't just text you, "Hey, I like you," or walk up and make it obvious. Instead, she'll express it in ways that are subtle, subconscious, and sometimes completely unintentional. And the men who understand these signals, they never miss an opportunity. Because the truth is, she's not just AC in this way around everyone. She's not giving everyone those little glances, that extra second of eye contact, or those seemingly random moments of attention. It's specific, it's calculated, even when she doesn't realize she's doing it. Most guys think attraction is about what's said out loud, but the reality is about what's left unsaid. And once you start noticing these hidden signs, you'll begin to see them everywhere. You'll recognize when a woman is secretly drawn to you without her ever having to say a word. So if you've ever wondered, is she into me? Or am I imagining things? This is for you. Because today we're breaking down 3 hidden signs. A woman is secretly attracted to you, and once you know these, you'll never a second guess again. But before we dive in, make sure to subscribe to Stoic Stream for more insights on attraction, confidence, and social dynamics. If you like this movie, please click the like button and leave a comment below. Have you ever seen a woman giving you these signs? Let's talk about it now. Sign number 1. She is very aware that you are there. Attraction isn't always loud, like flirting, compliments, or big moves. More often than not, it's subtle, like the way a woman reacts to you even when she's not talking. One of the biggest hidden signs that a woman is secretly attracted to you is that she becomes hyper aware of your presence. What does that mean? It means that as soon as you walk into the room, she notices you right away, even if she tries to act cool. A woman who is interested in you is tuned into you in a way that she can't fully control, even if she's talking to someone else. You'll see a quick flicker of recognition when you walk in. She might glance over for a second, but it's not just the look, it's how often she does it. Ever felt like someone was checking on you without actually coming over? That's this sign in action. She'll steal glances. Track your movements subtly, and even if she looks away quickly, she'll still know exactly where you are in the room. When a woman is interested in you, her body starts responding without her even realizing it. She may straighten her back when you come close, as if she wants to look her best, change her clothes, touch her hair, or look at her mirror. All the things women do in their minds to look their best when they want to impress someone. Angle herself toward you, even when she's talking to someone else. If her feet, shoulders, or whole body keeps pointing in your direction, that's a big subconscious message that she likes you. Have you ever noticed how someone's personality changes when you walk into the room? That's because your presence affects her. If she was laughing out loud with friends, she might suddenly become quieter and more aware. If she was quiet before, she might suddenly become more engaged and expressive. This happens because your presence matters to her. It's making a reaction, even if she's not saying a word to you. Mirroring is one of the most obvious psychological signs of attraction. When we're interested in someone, we unconsciously copy their energy, body language, and even the way they talk. For example, if you lean on the table and she does the same a few seconds later, that's mirroring. If you speak more slowly and she does the same, that's another sign. Not everyone synchronizes in this way. It's a way for people to subconsciously connect with each other more deeply. She ends up next to you by accident. Have you ever noticed that a certain woman is always near you, even if you didn't walk over to her? Maybe she chooses a seat next to you, hangs out nearby at social events, or just happens to be in the same area over and over. It's not a coincidence. A woman who is secretly attracted to you will instinctively position herself within your orbit. She might not make it obvious, but if you start paying attention, you'll notice that she always finds subtle ways to close the gap between you. Why this matters most: men focus on what a woman says. But the truth is, her body and behavior will reveal more than her words ever will if she's hyper aware of your presence, adjusting herself around you, mirroring your energy, and positioning herself closer. She's giving off strong attraction signals. And the key: noticing the patterns. If she does this once, it could be a coincidence. But if you see this happening again and again, she's definitely feeling something for you. Now that you know this first sign, let's move on to sign number 2, because the next one is even harder for her to hide. Sign number 2: she finds ways to be in your orbit. Attraction isn't always about the words someone says, it's about where they figure out how they relate to you. If a woman is quietly interested in you, she will find ways to be around you again and again. Even if she never tells you how she feels, her actions will show you what she won't say out loud. Do you ever notice that a woman seems to be near you more often than seems normal? Maybe she always sits next to you, stands next to you in a group, or stays with you a little longer than she needs to. These aren't just random occurrences. She's finding reasons to stay close to you. She's always a randomly around. Attraction works in mysterious ways. When a woman is interested, her subconscious mind starts pulling her towards you. It might not even be intentional, but somehow she's always there. You go to a social gathering and she just happens to choose the seat next to you at work. She ends up on the same side of the room as you during meetings, even when she could have sat anywhere. If you're at the gym, she seems to use the equipment near you. More often than makes sense, if it's a party, she might not come straight up to you, but she'll position herself nearby, interacting with others while keeping you within her peripheral vision. These aren't accidents, she's orbiting you. She changes her routine to match yours. When a woman is secretly attracted to you, she might start showing up in places she never used to frequent, especially if she knows that's where you'll be. If you usually grab coffee at a certain spot, suddenly she's there too. If you take the same lunch break every day, she just so happens to start taking hers around the same time. If you go to the gym in the evenings, guess who suddenly starts working out in the evening instead of the morning? She may try to make it seem natural, but once you start noticing and how often she appears in your usual spaces, it becomes clear she's aligning her schedule with yours. She uses accidental touch points to cross paths with you. Sometimes she won't just appear in your orbit, she'll create little moments to interact with you. She might ask you a casual question that she easily could have Googled, just to start a conversation. She might bump into you in a public place or hallway and smile to say sorry. She might even tease you or find a reason to lightly touch your arm or shoulder. All of these are subtle ways to break down the physical and emotional barrier while keeping things casual, not dangerous for her. She comes up with reasons to stay late and watch the time pass after a talk. If she lingers a little longer or hesitates before walking away, maybe she adds just one more comment, laughs a little more, or finds another small reason to extend the interaction. That's her not wanting to leave your presence. She may not be able to say, "I don't want this conversation to end," but her body language will say it for her. She gets involved in the same activities as you. If you're passionate about something, like a sport, a hobby, or a regular event, look for signs that she suddenly becomes interested in it too. For example, if you're into a certain TV show, she might say that she just started watching it. If you play a certain sport, she might lightly say that she wants to try it too. If you go to a certain networking event, she suddenly wants to go to 2 of them. These little changes aren't happening by accident. She's actively integrating herself into your life. A woman who isn't interested won't go out of her way to make her life fit with yours. She won't keep accidentally landing in your space or finding subtle ways to extend interactions. But if she's secretly attracted to you, she'll make sure she's close enough for something to happen without making it too obvious. If you start to notice these patterns, you're already on her radar. Now let's move on to sign number 3, because this one is almost impossible for her to hide. Her energy changes around you. Attraction isn't just what someone says, it's how they feel when they're around you. If a woman is quietly interested in you, she might not always tell you, but her energy will change when you're near. She might become more playful, more interested, or more nervous all of a sudden. She might become less talkative, more antsy, or even more sure of herself. The most important thing to know is that her mood changes when you're around. She's not like this around everyone, it's just you. She gets excited when she sees you. This is one of the obvious signs of attraction. If you walk into a room and her face lights up right away, that's not a coincidence. If she was having a dull or neutral conversation before you join in, and then all of a sudden becomes more animated, that's a sign that she wasn't paying much attention to her surroundings before, but now she's fully focused on you. There is something going on below the surface when a woman automatically feels drawn to you, rises whenever she's with you. It's like a mental thrill that she can't fully control. She starts to play and tease you. Some women, if she's feeling relaxed, she might start challenging you in a fun way, joking around, or even making fun of you. For example, if you say something, she might repeat it back to you with an MK to make fun of it. If you say something, she might disagree with you in a playful way to start a fun argument. She might make fun of you more than other people when you're out with a group. This is her way of getting to know you better on a more personal level. When you tease her, it builds tension of the chemistry kind, and she gets nervier or antsy. On the other hand, not all women respond with place confidence. Some women get visibly nervous around someone they're secretly attracted to. She might fidget with her hands, jewelry, or hair. She may suddenly start adjusting her posture as if she's hyper aware of how she looks. Her voice may get softer, or she may stumble over her words more than usual if she's holding something like an A-glass phone or a pen. She may play with it absent-mindedly while talking to you. This nervous energy happens because your presence is affecting her. She might be trying to stay composed, but her body is giving away her excitement. She starts matching your mood and energy. Have you ever noticed that? When you're relaxed, she seems more relaxed too, and when you're excited about something, she suddenly matches. Your enthusiasm. This is called emotional mirroring, and it's a strong subconscious sign of connection. When we like someone, our brains naturally sync up with their emotions. That's why, if you're speaking passionately about something, she leans in and gets equally engaged. If you're laughing, she laughs, even if what you said wasn't that funny. If you're having a serious, calm conversation, she lowers her voice to match yours. She doesn't mean to, it's just her mind trying to connect with you. She may become more shy or quiet around you, but not all women will become more active when they're with you. Some women show they are attracted to you by becoming quieter and more reserved. If she was talkative before you got there but now seems a little shy, she's feeling something. If she's suddenly more careful with her words, it's because she doesn't want to say the wrong thing in front of you. If she usually has strong opinions but becomes a little softer or more agreeable around you, she might be trying to align herself with you. This kind of behavior happens when a woman is attracted but doesn't want to make it clear that she has a hard time leaving the conversation. If a woman is secretly attracted to you, she won't want the moment to end. If the talk is about to end, she might add something to keep it going. If you're about to leave, she might stay for just one more second, as if she's hoping you'll say something to keep her there. If she's with a group, she might wait until the very end to leave. If you're still there, a woman who isn't interested will keep things short and polite, but a woman who is drawn to you will find subtle ways to make the moment last. Why is this important? Attraction isn't always something a woman can put into words, but her energy will always tell you the truth. If she lights up when you're near, gets playful or nervous, or if she mirrors your emotions, she's feeling something. If she lingers in conversations and looks for reasons to stay around, she's attracted to you. Once you start noticing these changes in her energy, you'll start noticing them everywhere. The main point. What this really means. Attraction isn't just words, it's also energy, patterns, and unconscious cues. If a woman is quietly interested in you, she might not say it out loud, but her actions will reveal everything. We've gone over 3 hidden signs that reveal when a woman can't help but be affected by your presence. If she's hyper aware of you, constantly finding ways to be near you, or if her energy shifts the moment you enter the room, those aren't coincidences. So what should you do with this knowledge? First, pay attention. So many men miss the subtle signals women give, because they assume interest has to be obvious, but attraction isn't always loud. It often hides in the little things, the extra second of eye contact, the way she mirrors your body language, the way she lingers when she doesn't have to second be intentional. If you start noticing these patterns, don't just brush them off. Test the waters. See how she reacts when you hold eye contact a little longer. Notice if she responds positively when you engage her in conversation. Confidence isn't about assuming every woman likes you, it's about recognizing when one does and acting accordingly. And finally, stay grounded. Attraction is powerful, but it's not the foundation of a strong connection if you truly want to build something meaningful. Focus on compatibility as well as chemistry. The real magic isn't in who's attracted to you, it's in who fits with you. Now, the next time you're with a woman and notice these hidden signs, you'll know exactly what they mean. If you liked this breakdown, don't forget to like the video, leave a comment below, and subscribe. Sign up for Stoic Stream to get more tips on how to master yourself and draw people. Until next time, keep your mind sharp, your confidence high, and you're cool.